Live at it, man. King Eric, the media assassin, right in your area, man. Chilly night, doing another live with y'all to chop it up for a little bit. And I was sitting back just thinking, man, you know what's missing in today's culture is the soundtrack. The soundtrack. And see, then again, you look at it like this. There haven't really been any really good movies to provide a soundtrack. Now, some of my all-time favorite soundtracks, hip-hop soundtracks in particular, one of them, my all-time favorite, is I think it would go be Murder Was the Case. I'm gonna tell you why Murder Was the Case is my all-time favorite out of all of them. Murder Off the Case, top. Yeah, I said that, man. Like, Murder Was the Case. Cause think about it. No other soundtrack that I know have a 4-song run that's strong as that one. What's the first song you had? You had the Murder Was the Case remix with Snoop, followed up by Natural Born Killers. Look how that transitioned into one. It had a dark feel when Snoop opened up with the Murder Was the Case, then it followed up to the Natural Born Killers. Then after that, What Would You Do? Then follow with that 21 Jump Street with him and Trey D. Followed up with that Nate Dogg One More Day. Dog, that soundtrack was off the hinge. It slowed up a little bit with the Jewel song. It was cool, but I was like, yeah, it kind of slowed my flow, even though it was dope. The I'm About It soundtrack, hell yeah. The I'm About It soundtrack was crazy. That was crazy. Let me get with another one. The Mac, I talked about that last night. The Mac soundtrack with Willie Hutch. That was dope to me. Superfly soundtrack. The Murder Was the Case could have been a tad bit better if Tupac made on the soundtrack. Tupac originally was on the soundtrack. Actually, I don't know what song they was gonna use, but they paid him for it. They paid him about a good. They paid him actually an album budget for that track. So they didn't use it. It was either that or the Above the Rim joint. I don't know. But see, the Murder Was the Case joint was so cold to me because it provided the R&B side and the gangster rap. It had everything on there. You had Boomerang soundtrack. Yep, them Boomerang soundtrack was fly. You had Coming to My Room with Jodeci and the Dog Pound. Player shit. Then you had Danny Boy with Come Till I Call. That beat is so cold, yo. That beat there was so chill. Then you had Jewel, she did Woman to Woman, the remake, which was dope. And you had that with DJ Quick Dollars and Cents. Soul Food soundtrack, yup. Big shout out to Lil Face Records. Man, the 90s had such an afflux of dope soundtracks, man. Bone soundtrack, the Mac soundtrack, Training Day, yeah, King Dollar, you want it too. I haven't heard the Bone soundtrack, though. I heard about 3 songs up there. I gotta check that out. I gotta check out that one for real. Another one y'all sleeping on, Sunset Park. Cradle to the Grave soundtrack with I remember I haven't heard that one either. I heard a couple songs off there. It was the DMX, Eminem, and Obi Trice joint. I heard that one. That was raw. I'm gonna give y'all another one. New Jersey Drive. The first disc. The second disc was cool too, but that first disc was better. Let me give you another one. Of course, Above the Rim. Above the Rim was a classic because it had a great mixture of R&B and hardcore hip hop. Belly, yeah. For the East Coast heads, yes sir, Belly. That Grand Theft Finale joint with DMX. Get Rich or Die Trying. Good one. That actually was one of the last good ones. I'm gonna give y'all another gem here. Hold on. Give y'all this gem right here. This one here. The 8 Mile soundtrack. This joint here was crazy. This is Eminem at his peak right here. He had everybody on this shit. He had Rakim. Nas, Jay, Thicker Than Water. Yeah. Thicker Than Water. I got that on cassette somewhere. I gotta find that. I'm gonna post that up on the forum. But hip hop needs some good movies for one to make these soundtracks. 8 Mile, yeah, boy. Eminem was in the zone. Niggas could say all they want about Eminem, but he was in the zone there. Street Fighter, my bro got a song to that. A song on it. Who's your bro? So I can look it up. But that Murder Was the Case soundtrack was so raw. Bombs. Got you. Street Fighter soundtrack, the Blaze soundtrack. I'm about to check that out too, man. I'm going on a music hunt this winter. The song's called A Street Fight. Yeah, the Street Fighter soundtrack had some gems too. The Ice Cube joint, and they had the Nas joint. Damn, Minister Society. I forgot about that one too. I got that one on hard copy as well. That had a dope 3-song run too. Start off with Spice One's Trigger Got No Heart, follow with ACA straight up Menace, and then Ant Banks, Nigga Got a Gun, then Top of the World. Come on, man. Wild Style soundtrack. Yeah, that's a classic one right there. Them soundtracks used to be better than a lot of people's albums, man. Sunset Park was one of my favorites, even though the movie was okay, but Sunset Park was one of my favorites. The Wiz. Niggas don't know about the Wiz. you gotta be a true music specimen to know about the Wiz. Niggas sleeping on the Wiz, man. Quincy was in the zone on that album. I listen to it all, man. 70s music, 80s music, 90s music, whatever. The Dead President soundtrack was dope. Oh, my mama, as Spider Look would say. The Dead President soundtrack, because it had a lot of classic oldies. There's another one up there that it was off the top of the head. It was dope to me. What's the name of that soundtrack? South Central had a dope soundtrack. Strapped had a dope soundtrack. That's where I really got introduced to Onyx. The show. Yeah. The show. I forgot about the show. The show had like 28 joints. And it had everybody up there. Nigga, it had everybody up there. Pac, Big, Bone, Slick Rick, Tribe Called Quest, LL Cool J. LL had that classic joint, Papa Love It. Tupac had that My Block joint. Tales from the Hood soundtrack was just evil. Hell yeah. That's one of the darkest albums I ever heard. I'm gonna give you a rap soundtrack you don't remember. WWF Aggression. I got that somewhere. That's when they used all the WWF themes at the time and they had rappers remix them. That was dope. I didn't think they was gonna pull that shit off, but it came out dope as hell. But see, today, man, you don't have that. You don't have those movies, man. Yeah, because you need those dope movies to provide those dope moments. I'm gonna give y'all another one. Niggas gonna laugh at this one. The Goofy movie soundtrack. Yeah. The Goofy movie soundtrack when you had Tevin Campbell's Paraline. That was dope, man. Disney even had some dope scores. The Lion King. The Black Panther soundtrack was the last great one. Yep. That was the last one. Another one too was Brooklyn Finest. Brooklyn Finest. Y'all remember that movie where what's his name? It was Richard Gere, Don Cheadle, Wesley Snipes. They was like crooked cops or something like that. They did a soundtrack off that one. That was pretty fly. And what's the dude? The dude that played Jake Hoyt up in Training Day, he was in there too. But Yeah, man, Disney even was knocking them out the ballpark when it comes to the soundtracks. I like a lot of the scores. I like a lot of the music scores, like from The Lion King, Aladdin. I know what you talk about. Don't remember the name though. Yeah, it's fuzzy to me right now because I just did this off the head. Empire State. I think it's called Brooklyn. I think it's called Brooklyn Finest. Y'all should YouTube Mace doing a video of the Rugrats soundtrack. Y'all gonna laugh y'all ass off. Yo, niggas was clowning Mace for a minute about that. And what's his name? He got clown heavy too. What's his name? Blinky Blink. I think Cannabis did a song dissing him about that and got his ass beat for it. But shoot, man, it was Mace, Maya, and Blackstreet. God dang, yeah, Space Jam. Space Jam was dope, man. It had hip hop. It had nice R&B. It had something for the kids with the Bugs Bunny joint. R. Kelly, I think, executive produced that joint. He had I Believe I Could Fly. Then he had All of My Days with Change Your Faces and Jigga. Dope soundtrack. Very dope. Then you had the Hit 'em High joint, which was the all-star cast with Coolio, Method Man, Busta Rhymes, Be Real, and all them. Yeah. Who remember the one High School High? Who remembers that soundtrack? You ever heard the 3 6 Mafia Choices soundtrack? Yes, sir. I got that too. I got that too. Man, you knowledgeable 100%. Respect that. Salute to you, man. I collect this music, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, we go back to when we was out there buying this stuff. We don't know nothing about streaming. We used to go out there and buy them physicals every Tuesday. And they used to have a used record spot around my way. I used to go up there every week and just get all classic old records. They used to be like 75 cents to $1. Hustle and flow. You know it's hard out here for a pimp. They ain't no. That was hard. That was hard right there. That joint went hard. Baby Boy soundtrack was pretty good. Let me give you another one. I'm gonna give you another gem. Oh, there's another one up there that was real good. I thought of a lot of a good one. Juice soundtrack. The Juice soundtrack was dope as well. Yeah, Rakim, Know the Ledge, Big Daddy Kane joint, Enough Respect, Too Short, You Want to Be a Gangster. EPMD was up there. Aaron Hall, Don't Be Afraid. Dope soundtrack. Tell you, man, black cinema was knocking it out the ballpark back then in the 90s and the early 2000s, for real. People might say the Brown Sugar soundtrack was pretty cool. That was pretty good. I'm gonna give y'all a gem. This is one of my favorites. Me and my lady love this one. If you got a lady at home, you better have this one. You better get that Love Jones soundtrack, nigga. You better have that in your rotation. That's one of the best feel-good music soundtracks ever. You better have it. I don't care who you are. That joint, come on, man. That Maxwell something remix. You got that in the rotation. You and your lady, it's good. It's all good. It's up. But yeah, the Love Jones soundtrack, you gotta have that in your arsenal. I'm telling y'all straight up. There's another one too. The Best Man soundtrack was pretty dope too. Man, going by a lot of the movies that came out at that time, they're a reflection of the soundtrack. The Life soundtrack. Good gracious, man. Who forgot? How could I forget about that? Idlewild. Honestly, I wasn't really feeling Idlewild, bro. I don't know. There was something missing with that soundtrack, man. I guess because Big Boy and Dre wasn't really seeing eye to eye around that time, so it kind of played off of the music. And both them niggas was coming off of the double album. So I was sitting back waiting for something extravagant. Them niggas had like a 4-album winning streak, and they came out with that. It was cool, but it didn't really hit me, man. Like, it could have been better. I knew it was the chemistry was a bit off to me. Cause them niggas came out with a 4 album winning streak, man. Like they had Southern Playalistic. Yep, all the Friday soundtracks. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Barbershop. I haven't heard the Barbershop one, but I heard that was solid though. I heard it was solid from what I can tell. But that Friday, the first two, yes, sir. Who that? Outkast. Yeah, Outkast had a 4 album run, dog. And so when they came out with Idlewild, it was a bit disappointing to me. But then again, they weren't on the same page creatively at that time. I think they just did that just to get out of their contract. Because, they haven't really done an album together since. Set It Off soundtrack. Good pick. Good pick. But y'all niggas know about this one, though. When they got that joint up there. Sex is on my mind. Better have your lady up there with that one. Nah, Outkast is dope. Yeah, Outkast is one of the best to do it. But it was just that Idlewild joint. I wasn't really, it was all right. But coming off of The Love Below and Speaker Box, it was kind of like the chemistry wasn't really there, so to speak. That I couldn't really explain it. Bad Boys, yes sir. Bad Boys 1 and 2. Yeah, man. Aliens is that album, bro. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Aliens is the album. Damn right, bro. Niggas don't know. If you from the South, you understand. New Jack City, yes sir. Good one. Somebody else had one. I just seen it. Damn, man. See, YouTube got to at least let the comments stick for a minute, so I could see what y'all saying, so I could feedback. Streets is watching. Yeah, man. That put Jay-Z back on the streets. How high? Damn, man. Y'all coming out the ballpark with him, man. Like, yeah. But the Streets is watching. That's one of my favorites because that put Jay-Z in the streets. That because he went out of bounds with In My Lifetime Volume 1. Let me tell y'all this. I love In My Lifetime Volume 1. That's one of my favorite Jay-Z albums, as a matter of fact, even though a lot of people don't like it. He probably had about 2 weak songs up there. But see, people look at those songs, I Know What Girls Like, and Sunshine, they looked at them like the whole album wasn't like that. It really wasn't. Did we mention the Training Day soundtrack? Yeah, we did. Poetic Justice, yes sir. Passion, Joy, and Drama. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. The soundtrack used to bring so much life to the culture, man. I'm surprised we forgot Paid in Full. Paid in Full soundtrack. That showcased the Rockefeller talent. That was dope as hell. Mm. But yeah, there's another one too. There's a lot of them out there. If you know what though, my mama had to get me on the Boomerang soundtrack. Yes, sir. That Johnny Gill joint up there. Come on, man. House Party, yeah. Wait to Exhale. There's another one too, man. Y'all hit me with some real good ones, man. Y'all keep it coming. I Got the Hookup. That was dope too. Scarface, the movie soundtrack. Yes, sir. The Wood. I haven't heard The Wood, but I'm going to check that one out. Superfly. Yeah, that's one of my all-time favorites. Superfly is one of my all-time favorites, man. I like movie scores. I'm big on movie scores because, believe it or not, I'm working on a script. I got a script coming out called Face of the Desperate Man. I'm writing my first ever novel. So I'm working on that. It's going to be crazy, man. I'm trying to bring it into film. I want to bring that to life. I'm going to try to do that sometime this year. But the script is already written for. Jason Lyric had a decent soundtrack. Jason Lyric was dope. Jason Lyrics was dope. You know that chick that had that joint? Rodeo Style? Fly shit. American Gangster. Yeah, Jay-Z. Jay-Z did that whole soundtrack. Marvin Gaye on the Trouble Man soundtrack. Yeah, man. Y'all got me some great ones. Y'all got me a lot of great ones, man. Trippin', the movie soundtrack. I haven't heard Trippin'. Only song I heard off of Trippin' was the Men of Visions joint. I think them niggas was Men of Visions. Smooth R&B, boy. What's the name? Break It Off. Break It Off. Man, look, you niggas won't get no buns off that. Something was wrong with you. Something was wrong with you. The Booty Call, the movie soundtrack. Yeah. The movie was silly, but the soundtrack was dope. Remember that Sean with Too Short and Lil Kim? Call Me? Man, that was a move set of two, man. That's for y'all freaks out there. Mac and Devin. Man, I saw that stupid movie, but yet the soundtrack was good. Snoop and what's his name? Wiz got some great chemistry, man. They got some great records together, actually. Snoop Snoop did a dope collab with him, that Mac and Devin joint. Yeah, that was dope. People think Wiz Khalifa is corny, yeah, but Wiz got a decent amount of work out there. I kind of like Wiz. Damn, how could I forget Players Club? Players Club was dope. Remember they had Ice Cube, We Be Clubbing, the Clubbing remix with DMX, the Changing Faces joint, uh Master P, and he was up there. Splackavelli. Who remember Splackavelli? Who remember that joint? That R&B joint. Splackavelli. Who remember that? From my childhood. Who remember Splackavelli? Good Burger. I ain't heard Good Burger yet. You know I'm a hoe. You know I'm a hoe. Splackavelli. Yes, sir. Yeah, you know about it. Splackavelli. And they had that Shaman Moore up in the video too. Man, that was a classic. But my man mentioned Thicker Than Water. Thicker Than Water was one of my favorites as well. Cause that showed unity for the East and the West Coast. LSG album. Higher Learning. Oh man, Higher Learning. Yeah. That Ice Cube joint was sick. Now let me tell y'all this. I'm gonna break it down about that joint there for a minute. That was one of the last times you heard Ice Cube before he changed his whole shit. If you know music, you know Ice Cube changed his whole shit up after 95. You listen to the bootlegs and the B-side, then you listen to the West Side Connection album up to now. Q switched his whole steez up. His voice, his tone, the way he flowed, he switched it all the way up. Whereas before, it seemed like he was a little more on the creative side. He seemed like he was putting his patterns together. He knew how to put his creativity together on his verses. But then when he went in Don Mega mode, he was just rapping to be rapping. He just switched his whole flow. Shout out Pressure. That brother sung his heart out. Hell yeah, nigga. He was giving us some game. He was giving us some game, boy. But yeah, you listen to Cube then, you listen to Cube like two different people, man. He switched his, he's still nice. But it seems like he be trying to cram so many words into one bar. Like, he be trying to rap too much, the super catalastic flow. I guess that's what he's trying to do. But you know what I think? That's when he started hanging around Dub C a lot more in the studio and started, try to rhyme patterns like him. But it's just something I just noticed. Boys in the Hood soundtrack, that was dope too. Top 5, top 10, no question. Also one of the best black movies to ever come out, man. But what else we had up there? Man, y'all gave me a lot of the classics, man. I gave y'all some of the Disney joints. The Disney joints was hitting. George Clinton in the Parliament. Nigga, that gave birth to rap. You know what I'm saying? That gave us life. The Parliament, the soundtrack to hip hop, actually. Men in Black. Yes, sir. Nas, he wrote a lot of Will Smith shit up in there. Just Cruising. That's why Nas is eating good. Nas eating good off them Will Smith checks. Nas, if Nas don't drop a record no more, he eating good off Columbia alone. Just off Will Smith. He wrote a lot of Will Smith joints up there. So Nas ain't never hurting for money. Ever. That Big Willie style money is gonna be long. But there's another one too. There was another joint that had Romeo Must Die. Yeah, that was cool. I'm gonna give y'all another one. The gang related soundtrack. See, they try to hustle. They bargain the shit out of us though because they use the Tupac joints as the bargaining chip to sell the album. You know, them niggas was slick. Reggie Wright was slick as hell with that marketing. He went ahead and used them nigga that nigga to sell the album. Yes, gang related new Death Row music, including new never heard before Tupac songs. That motherfucker marketed the hell out of that shit. But it was four of the hardest Tupac songs that we heard. Staring at the World through my rear view, Lost Souls, Life is Hard, Made Niggas. And they were, at least they were made how they were supposed to be made. Like people, like, you know, much as we shit on Reggie Wright, he put together, him and Daz, they put that gang related joint together pretty well. The Gridlock joint, it was alright. It was alright. It seemed like they were just trying to capitalize off Tupac. They ain't really put a lot of thought into it. Plus the label around that time was in shambles. So they just wanted to throw something out there. And at the time, Tupac name was more so a heavy marketing value behind it. So they just want to just throw it out there. But it was all right. They had a couple songs up there that was cool. But see, there's another one too. There's another soundtrack. Oh, y'all forgot this one. The Wash with Dre and Snoop. Y'all forgot that one. Yeah. The Wash. Y'all remember The Wash? Yeah, true. They did Tupac dirty. Man, they tried to use Tupac songs to market those soundtracks. I mean, I can't knock it. You know what I mean? You know, you got to make your money, but damn. Them niggas, man, they ain't had no mercy. Yeah, The Wash is a classic, boy. Big shout out to my big homie Cocaine, man. We was talking about his contributions to the Wash. Yes, sir, The Wash. That movie was funny as hell too. It got a lot of bad flack, but it was funny as a mug to me. Let's see, there's another one too. I'm gonna give y'all another one. There's another gem out there. Yeah, Cocaine, that's my big homie, man. We've been working with Cocaine for about the past 4 years. I've been helping him promote his material, his content. I've been like an ambassador for his label, Buddy Boy Entertainment, helping that out on the social media side. Got his music out there to a new generation of fans. Big salute to that, man. That's one of the most humble brothers I ever met in this business. And this business is full of snakes and scumbags. And he's so fly on them tracks. Thanks for blessing him, man. Let me tell you, man. Cocaine is one of the coolest niggas I ever met in this business, bro. Him and Hutch. Because this business here is full of scumbags, bro. So for them dudes, I could call them niggas right now. We could talk about anything from fishing and laboring. You know what I mean? We don't have to talk about music. So big shout out to them brothers there for real. But going back to the topic, y'all. There was another soundtrack, man, that we didn't mention. And it kind of slipped my mind a little bit. I think we mentioned all the cool ones, y'all. I don't know. Y'all might have to hit me with another one. I mean, I think we mentioned all the dope ones, but my top 5, Murder Was the Case, the Mac, I'm About It, just because of the South, my Southern roots. I love that. Let me see. Did you say Friday? Yeah, we said Friday earlier. Belly, because it goes to the East Coast roots. One more. This is a tough one right here. Love Jones. Love Jones, man. I'm telling you, man. Yo, you get your lady over, you put that Love Jones soundtrack on, psh, you good. You good. Can I get your Snapchat? Now, I don't have a Snapchat, bro. I don't have a Snapchat. You can catch me on Instagram, King Eric _ Productions, or you can just type in Off the Cuff Radio, just all together, we just pop up. South Central had a good soundtrack. Yeah, it did. It had that Scarface joint, the Street Life joint. Man, Faceless, man. That's one of my all-time favorites as well. That's what needs to happen, man. Since Swiss and Timberland, we doing the verses again. We need to get Scarface to do one. I want to see Scarface and Cube. Them women love that joint. Let me tell y'all something, man. That movie was so powerful. It had every nigga trying to be poetry for pussy. You know what I'm saying? You know how many niggas try to be poets just off that joint alone? Had niggas out there reciting dumb shit. I used to do it, man. I swear, cause Larenz Tate did it so fly. We all was trying to copy it, man. We was like, when the flower comes through and it breezes through the wind. When the wind breezes through, the starships be shining through. When you waxing that ass, I see your eyes. You see my eyes. When the wind bleeds again and our eyes lock in, it's sexual motion. When the lips start locking in, we start talking stupid like that. But that nigga was sounding so fly. We were trying to do it because, you know, a lot of the poets at the time was getting some good pussy. So we were trying to copy that. Because, you know, gangster rap was kind of out. Thugging was kind of out. You know what I'm saying? So we had to just switch it up a little bit. That poetry shit. Go to them poetry events. A lot of fly women there, man. Don't let these niggas tell you otherwise. You go to these poetry events, these open club joints, you good. You see a lot of fly sisters out there. And on top of that, go to them R&B shows. I'm going to give y'all a little game real quick. Go to them R&B shows. Go to them R&B shows. Dangerous Minds too. Yes, sir. Who could forget Dangerous Minds? Like, you had the Coolio joint, man. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to that guy, Coolio. Gangsta's Paradise. You cannot lose with that. And it had Immature's Feel the Funk up there. I like Immature. A lot of niggas hate Immature. They thought they were corny. Man, I fucked with Immature. Immature was dope. Matter of fact, I'm trying to reach out to one of them dudes that was down with them, dude. You know, y'all remember the dude that used to be down with them, Montico? I'm trying to reach to him for an interview. I was gonna get Quentin Tarver, but Quentin Tarver, he passed away, I think last year. I had Quentin Tarver on the list. We was about to lock that thing in, but he got killed in a car accident. So we're gonna try to definitely get at Martico. Life in 1417. Now, I don't think that's considered to be an soundtrack. That's more like a compilation. Cause that wasn't a movie to that. It was more so like a compilation. But you know what though? To start things back the way it was, I think 50 Cent need to upgrade that, man. He's doing all this stuff for these TV shows. Poor Quentin, he had a lot to say about them. Man, let me tell you something, man. That interview there was going to change the game. Chris Stokes was going to get... Ooh, I'm telling you, bro. Niggas weren't ready for this interview here. Because that was going to be the one right there. Oh, my God. You talking TMZ? So I'm going to try to reach the Montego. Montego had a dope joint, though. He was dope too. I'm gonna try to reach to him for an interview for probably December or January, depending on what he's doing. Cause see, that's what I like to do, man. I like reaching out to people they ain't really get to be reached out to. Cause they got the best stories. They have the best stories, man. And believe it or not, you know what's crazy to me? is when we get flack and then we interview these guys, we get a lot of flack for them. Man, why you interview these bums? Why you interview somebody that's irrelevant? But they go on these guys like Vlad and Adam. Oh my God, he brought him back. Where'd he come from? Come on, man. We got to treat each other better than that, man. Everybody's relevant to somebody. Clay, my dream is to see you in person. I don't know what kind of weirdo shit you on, man. I don't know you, man. You better be a female, dog. Tell you, man, if you one of them niggas, man, you about to get blocked off. GP. I don't play that. I'm like Chris Tucker right now. We playing me on that funny shit, man. You want the sugar or what for my house? Who's the man? Soundtrack. Good one. Good choice. Good choice right there. That's a hip-hop classic. Big shout out to Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre, from Ed Lover. We had a dope interview with him 2 months ago. Those are the best interviews that people rarely hear from. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Because, see, they don't have nothing to lose. They're going to give you the best interview ever. See, with certain niggas, they give you certain requirements. They got to tell you what to say and what not to say. You got some small hat telling these guys what not to answer. And that kind of kills the flow. But yet, it's like, damn, they don't want to give me the content. They tell us what to say, but then they go on DJ Vlad and tell everything. Like, damn, I'll be like, shit. Glad you yourself, homie. Yeah, you gotta keep it funky, man. Like, you gotta keep it fully up here, man. But me and my partner T-Max, man, I'm telling you, without T-Max, the show wouldn't have got far as it did, man. That brother been a huge help. Now, I could do interviews by myself, no question. But, man, it's better when you have a partner. Because, man, sometimes you get shit going on. It's a lot for one person to handle when it comes to content. So, you definitely need a team to get this handled. You know what I mean? So, if you get into the content game, definitely have a team with you. Somebody that can help you promote. Somebody that can help you get guests. Because one man, shit, it's a job. Get one nigga to upload content. Get one person to promote for you. Because, man, when you doing this independently, it's a lot of work. I got a lot of interviews I didn't even upload to YouTube yet. And I got a lot of interviews that I need to upload on Apple and Spotify. It's a job. Man, bro, if only you knew. I'm 527 episodes deep, plus doing another show. So I got to make sure the content there is up there. So it's a lot, man, but we love what we do, man. It's a grind. It's a grind. We love giving the people the right content, man. That's why I'm doing more lives. For one, I can go ahead and just speak my mind and go about my business versus me doing separate videos and creating the thumbnail, making sure the editing is right. I like going ahead, talking to y'all, speaking my mind. And if anything, I'm looking at the numbers going up a little bit on the viewership, which is great. So I salute everybody that's paying homage and supporting us. I'm also being on Sandman. Big shout out to my brother Illa the Sandman. I was on his channel today. We was talking wrestling. You can check him out as well. His album out now, which is pretty cool. The Silverback of Rap 3, dope album. Hip hop got a lot of stuff going on, bro. Like Vinny Paz dropped his album today. I heard that was dope. 38 Special got a dope album. Cormega, of course, The Realness 2. Nas, King Disease 3. Prodigy, Hilligan Dialect 2. Too much dope hip-hop, man, for niggas to be complaining, bro. I still didn't finish the Slaughterhouse joint. I still didn't finish Crooked Eye and Joel Ortiz. I need to finish that album. Too much dope music out there, y'all, for people to be complaining. Plus, you have people that are still, from our era, still doing it. And you got Kool G Rap dropping. The fuck? Kool G Rap dropping an album. Busta Rhymes just dropped the album today. So, it's a lot of good music out there, man. We just got to support it. Griselda's still putting out stuff. Hell yeah, man. I'm trying to keep up. Y'all moving damn fast. Yeah, bro. Yeah, the culture. See, it ain't like it was before. It used to be where cats could drop an album, come back about a year later. But see, we live in a fast food market where people just dropping music every 3 to 4 months now. So therefore, they got to stay on current. They don't want to be seen as irrelevant. So they dropping the music as quick and more in a more competitive market. But Queens is doing it right now, man. Cool G Rap, Nas, Cormega, Prodigy. Memphis is doing it too, man. Memphis and QB, that they doing it right now. Juicy J just dropped a joint with Lex Luger. Juicy and Lex always dropping heat. Duke Deuce dropped the joint. That joint hard. Call that Memphis Massacre 3. Straight hard body album. There's a lot of good music out there. You just gotta search it. So, that's my job. See, I'm not one of them stuck in the ass hip hop purists that be, oh man, hip hop is dead. Man, look, I ain't like that, bro. There's too many new voices, there's too many hungry talent out there, and that's what keeps us motivated. Even when you listen to Screwball Radio on Saturday nights, man, we have a lot of dope artists coming up there. My big shout out to my man Common. He be on the ground finding his talent, bro. Thanks for the update. Finna tune in them. Yeah, bro. A lot of good music out there. Now, even R&B. Honestly, Brothers just dropped the joint. Morris Day dropped the joint. Music is still coming out. Definitely. So yeah, man, I'm about to go ahead and be out. I gotta finish these flyers up. So check me tomorrow on Screwball Radio, 9 p.m., 6 Pacific, 8 Central Time. The call number is, write this down if y'all gonna call. 1516-531-9596. If y'all want to call in and give shout outs or whatever. So I'm about to be out. I'm about to go take care of these flyers for next week's shows. So I'm about to holler at y'all. Peace.